Hi guys, hope you're all okay. I'm going to be going through my normal makeup routine today. Just how I put everything on in a general sense, and hopefully something will work for you as well. I can just see a reflection of my light in my glasses at the moment, which is quite annoying. So as you can see at the moment, I am breaking out quite a bit, and I put this down to the new skincare, which a video will be coming up about this shortly. I'm putting it down to this because I already had spots there and I think it's actually bringing them up. So hopefully I can get them covered nicely and get a nice look on. But hydration wise with that, I will just touch in. My normal dry areas aren't dry currently, so when I'm also putting my makeup on, it's helping so much because I'm not needing to focus on these areas, which I will end up with dry, horrible. Ugh, that's how I can describe it. So I am going to start with my foundation, which I haven't actually chosen what I'm putting on yet. So I'm going to sort that out and then I'll come back to you shortly. Right guys, I'm going to start off with the I Love Revolution Coconut Dream. I'm not sure whether this will be the right way around at the moment. I can see it in a mirror. So this is the hydrating primer with vitamin C and E in. Now, because I have dry skin anyway and I know I'm using the e.l.f. hydration kit at the moment, this is actually helping an awful lot just to get the final areas hydrated, so I've missed a spot or anything, just before I go over my foundation. So I absolutely love this product. It smells lovely as well, and I would recommend this especially if you do have the dry skin and need that extra hydration in there. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on. Use the glasses for a bit. So I tend to focus on my nose going down and then across my forehead because they're my main areas that I need to focus on, purely because I know they're my drier areas, which is not great. I don't really like dry skin. Hate my hands being dry. I hate my face being dry, but I've always struggled with that. But I always bring it just down underneath my chin as well, just to get a little bit more hydration under there as well, because I always make sure my foundation goes down. Had it once where I didn't used to do that, especially when I was younger, and it was a case of, I'll just put it on my face, and yeah, not good at all. Right, the glass is going to have to go back on whilst I read these. So, I'm then going to put a foundation on, which I'm going to be using the Swio, I don't know, this one anyway. Now I have pretty much the lightest shade you can go. I do struggle with MAC products for the pure and simple fact they don't go as light as possible, and when I use them I have to mix them with a lot of moisturiser just to get that shade lighter. I do have one around here, I think. I might have taken it out, but I did struggle with MAC to ensure they had my shade. I mean, I tried it on in the shop and I felt like an orange, to be honest, but got that last year, I think. But I might do a video on it with and without the extra moisturiser, and you'll be able to see just how different my skin looks in MAC. So let me grab my brush. So I use this RT brush. Now it does need a clean, so do forgive me. It's on for a clean this week. It's on my list of things to do. But I love this brush. Ever since I found this brush, it's been used on loads of different foundation. It helps me get that proper coverage that I need. So yeah, and with this I just squeeze it on my hand and then wipe it off later. But I usually go in with my concealer either first, but to be honest, my dark circles aren't as bad at the moment as they usually are. You might not be able to tell that because I've not really done too many videos, but I am working on these dark circles with the e.l.f. products, which I'm not convinced whether they're working or not, and I've got a Rimmel one that I'm working on as well, and I've got some more coming in the post just to try and see whether I can get rid of these, because at the moment they're a bit annoying and I don't like them at all. they get covered up an awful lot. So now I always start with my forehead and work outwards, and then I work with my nose and work outwards. That's just my technique, but loads of people do different stuff. But personally, that's just how I like to do it. And plus I don't like getting my sides too dark either. And I'm always worried I'm going to miss a spot, so I tend to work middle outwards because it's easier to see. But yeah. But yeah, if you have any comments for me, just comment it down in the section, or put a list of the products I've used on, just so you guys can get them if you want to get them, or comment on them, even say what you've done. Just anything you like, really. I mean, if you want to talk to me about anything, quite happy to. I feel really glowy in this light, but it should settle down. Right, I think that's me covered. So I do love this finish. You don't always need to put concealer on, apart from this bag. This bag's really, really bad. I do tend to go over my eyelids with a little bit of foundation, not an awful lot. I tend to use whatever's left on the brush. And this is just because I do have dark veins that are a bit annoying. But you don't have to. That's just my way of doing it. I can see I've missed some. But yeah, I always bring it down underneath my chin, as I worry about the whole getting that line. Really don't like it. Right, so my next step is I like to just put my concealer on first, which I nearly forgot. So I use Fire again, but this little palette concealer. Now this is high coverage, and I love it so very much because any dark circles just go away. Now you can tell this has been used and abused. I have a few of these in my house and in my bags and at work, just in case I go into a meeting which I look extra tired on. I just put a little bit of coverage on, and that's me kind of sorted. Now I use this oval brush for doing it just because of the shape. That also needs to clean. I need to clean my brushes more, but timing just, I don't know where the time goes. So all I do is I just gently rub it in so I get a little bit of product on this, because it does go an awful long way. I mean, I've had this for a year, and I've only been really using this a year anyway, but it's lasted and I've needed it a lot. So that's my advice. But if you can see before, you can tell this dark circle is really bad. This one's not as bad, but it's still not good. So all I do is just rub it down both sides with the little bit I've already put on. It's better to use less than more, because taking it off takes a little bit of a while once it's first done. So I just gently rub it around my eye, and just so it finishes it off. It's not perfect by any means, but this is my normal like work every day, so yeah. But yeah, you can tell it looks a lot better. I mean, it's hard with the light because I think the light's making it look even worse than it is, but it's not as dark, and that's my main thing. But you can always put more on. I don't have the time at the moment. I've got work to do and all sorts, so this is only going to be quick. But usually if I'm going out on night out, I will build it up underneath and put it up on top. So that is that. Now once I've done that, I've lost my brush. I use my big fluffy brush. I love this brush. It's from Superdrug. It's called Power, and I think it's a Superdrug own one. I've had this for quite a while though, but I still think they do these. I picked up another brush the other day, which is still big. Well, fan brush. So they are the same. This one I've only had recently though. It's only been recently getting into highlighting. So yeah, had this brush a while, but it's lovely, it's fluffy, it's none of the bristles have fallen out, and that's a big key one for me. I hate it when the bristles fall out, especially when you're putting it on your face. I've had cheap brushes and even some expensive brushes in the past that have just fallen to pieces on me, which is just not good. So I now finish off with this. Oh, let me close it first. Sayo again, and this is the matte press powder. Now I go over this just to kind of seal my foundation. I do this for work just because usually when I'm on the tram I'm getting hot. The glow's alright, but when you add, I'm going to say sweat but not sweat, perspiration into it, I don't want that over dewy look. So I do finish it off with just a little bit, and also it helps me not press on myself. But yeah, so that's just a very quick finish off. Right, then I'm now going to move on to my eyes. So I have got this palette by I Love Revolution. So it's their chocolate and peaches palette. Now I've only recently had this and I love the colours. I will open this up in a minute. I love the colours. I love the feel of when applying this. It's not gluggy. It doesn't compact. What's the word? It doesn't over compact. So if you're trying to get that really nice blend on your eyes, it's not sat there all compacted at one side and you're trying to constantly blend it out. It lets you layer it up so you can get the colour that you want, which I think is perfect with any eyeshadow, which compared to my old eyeshadow, yeah, completely. So this is the inside of the palette. You've got all the names, which I will make sure I write down the names of what I use. But I love the variety of colours. You've got your light shades and your dark shades. When I'm going to work, I tend to have a lighter with a slightly darker corner, but it completely depends on what I'm doing during the day. So anyway, I'm going to start off with, I'm thinking Delicious. So that's this top one. I'm just going to blend it across. I'm not going to do anything too dark today. But I've got my lovely brush too, which also needs cleaning, which is not surprising. I might do that tonight, my routine of how I clean my brushes. So anyway, I'm just going to start. I only really lightly brush on to start with. I don't really put much on my brush. I literally just gently rub it across. I don't feel like you need too much pressure with these palettes. I mean, I know they give you this, which I find this is really good for the odd corners. But you don't need that much pressure at all. It's very nice, loose and powdery. It applies well. You can get that nice shade going across. I know it's hard to tell because of the light, but there's no pressure on your eye. It just sits across nicely. You can't feel it either, which is really nice. So yeah, what other eye? Hi guys, sorry about that. My doorbell rang, which I'm actually rather excited. We've got a box to open. Now I've only ordered one of these. It was one of their mystery boxes, but I have got, is it Glossy Box? I have got a Glossy Box subscription coming that's arriving any day, so I can't wait to do that. But I've got that on a subscription for a year, so they're going to be really interesting to do. I bought this as a bit of a one-off. I've heard some really fairly good reviews on it, and I just thought I'd order one because I've already got the other subscription coming. So we've got this to open, which I'll do in another video later. I'm rather excited though. And it's a pink box. Pink, favourite colour. Can't go wrong with pink. So anyway, I was just finishing off my eyes, which I've lost my brush again. Anyway, I finished off my eyes just before the doorbell rang. So it's just a proper light shade. It proper blends in. And because usually I'll be going to work right now, but we're all working at home, which is fantastic. So I'm moving on to my other brush that yes needs a clean. And I'm going to use, what am I going to use? I think we'll use Tasty, which is this one here. It's like a brownie with red shimmery glitter in, which I kind of love. So all I'm going to do with this is build it into the corner, and I build it about halfway across my eye and just shade it out a little bit. I've been doing this a fair lot recently, and I feel like it's a lot better than just putting one shade all the way along. Usually if I'm going to work, you're lucky if I can get one shade along. But because currently I'm working at home, it's so much easier for me to do this, and hopefully the quicker I get it, the quicker I can do this will work as well. So fingers crossed. Now all I say with this is when using this brush, I find it does clog up quickly with eyeshadow. I was going to say foundation then. Eyeshadow. So do make sure you're tapping off the excess just so you don't get the drips underneath. So yeah, I do start off right in the corner and just build it in. I do follow the crease line a fair bit because I do tend to like the crease line darker and it fade in. But that is personal choice. But yeah, just like it to blend in. I do try and flick it out a bit at the edge just so it joins in with the other eyeshadow. Don't overly though, it just kind of makes this corner a lot nicer. I do need some more concealer on here, I can tell. I'll do that after. Anyway. But yeah, just a little bit. Don't try and drag the brush. I let the brush kind of do what it needs to do, as I don't want it to go too dark in certain areas, so it's very, very light movements with it. So that's round about where I'm going to stop with this eye. Another letter on my lap. And then we'll do the same this way. I tend to always get one eye better than the other. It'd be nice to notice if you notice which eye's better. So if you do notice which eye is better than the other, just comment in below. I tend to always do one eye better than the other. It's one of those things that just happens. You always have one eye that's better than the other. But trying to get it less like that, but it does not always work. Always try and match them up as well. Right, that's going to have to do for now. Busy bee as normal. So I am going to finish off with an elf. Now I absolutely love this, if I can put my hands on it. Oh, maybe I can't. So I found it, which I'm very, very happy I found it. So I've got this. Look, I'm not sure if it's the right way around or not. Not entirely convinced. So I have this elf eyeshadow. Now I absolutely love it. Anyone that knows me knows I love my glitter. Not sure if you can see how shimmy that is on camera. Now if I was going to work, I don't think I'd have as much glitter, but then knowing me, if it was my birthday I would. Not my birthday yet. Coming up soon though. Can't wait for that. I've already kind of treated myself to some Revolution skincare kit, which I'll also be doing a video on because I think it was on offer as well. But I will remind myself of that. So this, I find it's better to layer it up than doing it really thickly. You kind of need your nice thin layers and try not to blink for a bit because you don't want it all up here. So I just use this to put it on. And I just overlap the eyeshadow as well to make it blend. So it's overlap the eyeshadow, which is lovely. It's a lovely gold colour and I absolutely love this. The glitter is perfect. It's not too clunky. I've not seen any clunks when putting it on. It's very, very even. And to be honest, you don't need much of this for it to go a long way. So I think this bottle is going to last me an awful long time. I've had it I want to say about 8 weeks now. It's been used a fair bit and it doesn't look like it's been used at all. But yeah, just finish my other eye. And ta-da! I do need to drag this over a little bit though. So that's my eyes pretty much done. I am going to finish with just a little bit of mascara. I'm not a big eyeliner fan. My eyes are fairly watery as it is, so most of the time if I don't get the right eyeliner or mascara, I end up looking like a panda, which I do check on not constantly, but pretty much constantly throughout the day, as I don't like having black eyes or panda eyes and stuff like this, because when you're going in a meeting it just makes you look even more tired than what you already are. So I'm going to be using the I Love Revolution Tasty Peach Mascara. Now I think this is in a brown, or it could be black. I want to say it's black. So I use a mixture of browns and blacks. A brown one that I have been using is the number 7 Full 360. So that one is a brown. I do love this one, but I do find it does turn me into a panda fairly quickly, so I'll only literally put a light covering on. But this one so far, I haven't seen any issues with it, bar taking it off. I'm not sure I was taking it off fully because I think I was in a rush when I was taking it off. I am going to be doing a taking off my makeup tutorial because I ordered some more sustainable, they're not cotton pads, but they're like a substitute to the cotton pads. 12 came in the pack with a black, pink and white pad. Now these are a lot more sustainable than these cotton pads. I've gone into a bit of a sustainability freak, considering I did my university course and my master's was sustainable architecture, and then at work we're trying to get back into more sustainable means, and I don't feel like doing one area of your life as sustainable and the rest not is really beneficial for the planet. And I mean, we've all done an awful lot recently without knowing, especially due to lockdown and stuff, because we've all been at home. But I've got a tutorial on that hopefully coming later when I take this off. And I want to get a nice lippy on, which I'm not actually chosen my lippy yet, just to kind of see how it takes it off, how it takes my eyes off. I've also got another lot of pads coming because I've chosen 2 different types, ones that are extra thick and fluffy, and these ones I've got currently are quite thin, and I'm not sure how they're going to work, but it'd be great to do a trial, and then you guys can give me your opinions as well. So yeah, with my mascara I don't tend to put an awful lot on. This is purely because of this one I'm still testing anyway, for the pure and simple fact of my extra watery eyes, which is fantastic. But I love the brush, I love the shape of the brush, how it's different. Applying wise, as you'll see as I put it on, I only use small, just lift my eyelashes. Don't really do a lot of movement with them, but my eyelashes aren't too bad. I do quite like my eyelashes. I have got some fake eyelashes to try. No, I've never used false eyelashes in my entire life, so I'm more than likely going to do a video on me putting them on for the first time, and it's just going to be very, very funny. So as you can tell, this eye's done. I do prefer this eye with my eyelashes, as they just look a lot better than my other eye, which I'll do now and you'll be able to see. I have a little bit of a gap in between 2 of them from when I was little. But yeah, as you can tell, curved, not curved. So I tend to work a little bit more on this side. I do have a curler now, but I wanted to keep this without using it at the moment. As you can tell, I've got a really nice flick over here and a little tiny mini flick over here, but not too much. So, closing the pad without getting the brush in the right place. So I am going to put a little bit of highlighter on, if I can find my highlighter palette, which it doesn't look like I can. Couldn't put my hand on my, oh that's blinding me, on my highlighter palette. So what I'm going to use now is a quick, wait, where is it? Lip scrub. Now I use my LUSH lip scrub. Now this has been used and abused. This is in my handbag constantly for any time. So this is the Sugar Plum Fairy one that was out at Christmas. I don't think it's out currently, but if it gets brought back, that will be amazing. If it doesn't, that'll be quite upsetting really. But I did buy two. I also have a popcorn one. Which was the other one? And cookie dough. Now cookie dough was limited edition. I'm hoping they bring it back. I will be quite upset if they don't bring it back. I am going to pop my glasses on for this next bit if I can put my hands on them. So, as you can tell, my eyes are done. They don't look too bad. I mean, if I was going out, I'd do something different. I would have eyeliner on then as well. But just today, I'm not fancying eyeliner. So, we will start with my sugar scrub, which I rather like this because you don't need an awful lot. And it just helps get any dead skin off your lips, and it tastes good. So I'm going to do this not on camera, but all you need to do is just rub it along your lips slowly. I use circular motions. Actually, I will do this on camera. I do tend to wet my lips a little bit first, just because I don't want too harsh a scrub on my lips. Don't press on too hard, just lightly rub it round. So, as you can tell, I mainly did the inside of my lips. I don't tend to do over, it's mainly inside where I get most of my dryness. Not a lot, but just a little bit. Also, the good thing about this is you could pretty much eat it out the pot. I wouldn't recommend to do that though. I know people that have done that, but it's pretty much just sugar. It tastes nice. Use it on your lips sparingly, but you don't need an awful lot. You just need a finger dip. This is more than likely going to last me another couple of years. I say that. The amount I use it, maybe not, but if you're just doing it on the odd occasion, then you'll be absolutely fine. But it does last. I mean, I know they have dates on them, which I do tend to follow with anything that I'm putting on my lips or anything that could go into my body. I do have one thing I don't follow though, which is Dream Cream. It lasts up to 3 to 5 months after, depending how secure your lid is. But Dream Cream's one of them products which if you put a little dot on your hand, it'll cover most of your arm. That's why I love it. So the next thing I'm going to do is two things. I'm going to give my lips some moisture with this, if I can get it the right way around, EOS lip balm. I love these. I will swear by these now. I've only been using these the past few months. I've got strawberry pineapple, this marshmallow one, and I want to say it's a peaches one. I'm not completely convinced. They're all over my house basically. They're in different handbags. For the pure and simple fact, I suffer with dry lips. Not all the time, but when they are dry, it's really, really bad and really, really horrible. So I recently discovered these. They are amazing, so easy to apply. It's just heaven in a little tub. I couldn't recommend these more. I haven't had any dry lips in about 5 weeks of me using them. Had the odd little bit of dead skin come off, but that's purely for the fact of your lips regenerating, but really they've been really nice and soft. Like, you could use this instead of any lip gloss or lip balm or stuff. It's so easy to apply. Already they're nice and pink, which I love. But yeah, just a quick rub around. That is literally all you need. And to be honest, that would last me at work. But because I want to test these makeup removing pads out, I am going to leave this for a couple of minutes and then going to put this I Love Revolution Tasty Peach Soft Peach Liquid Lipstick on. And it's in the shade, what shade are you? Would help if I could read it, but it's so tiny. I don't know what shade it is. It's peachy. It was pretty. I loved it. So that is what we are going for. So let me grab my mirror again, which I keep blinding myself with. So yeah, you don't need an awful lot of this on either. It's very workable. As you can see, it is very pigmented, which I love. Do you squish my lips together? I always do that because then you can see how much you need on your bottom, if you need a top up or anything, and then just fill in a little bit at your top, and then you're done. I've got a bunny nibbling a lid of my sugar lip scrub, which I might show you if he comes up. So yeah, that's my lips done. Here's Buddy. Pretty sweet. I'd usually give him a kiss, but with just applying this, that's not going to happen. But yeah, so I'll see you guys later on. I have got a brush tutorial on some, I think I spent about £10 on Amazon to get some new makeup brushes to try out. It was a whole set which I thought was quite amazing really. I'm not happy with one of them though, but you'll see that in the next video. I've got my elf video to do, which I have been recorded daily, of how everything's been going on with doing that. And that's it from me. Have a great day, guys.